trust, and like, where do you put that trust into? Like, it has to be into yourself, because you are the guy, like the driving force of your own life, but then you also have to put trust into other people, and that's where it gets very tricky. And then into like religion too, or like even just something else that is driving you to motivate you forward in some capacity. And like a lot of what you're speaking to is very similar to how I felt like when I first moved here too, and just how everything was fresh and brand new, and just being nomadic and trying to weave my way through building up that safety net. It's a rough time.
Yeah, I relate a lot to what you were saying too. Like, I feel like for me, there's balance, integration, all of those things. Like, Edgar for me is the most supportive one. I mean, like, my family, like, not like, yeah, that's a good idea, but like, they don't practice that at all in their own lives, so like, not gonna like, can't really look back for some wisdom from them, because I don't even, no idea what's going on in that sense. And like, yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot in terms of like, that like mentorship and like, or just kind of some sort of institutionalized support for these things, because like, even for things like, like meditating, like, unless I go to like a 10-day retreat, like there's not really anything to like support me. I mean, Edgar does, but like we're both really novice, like figuring this stuff out. Like we can help each other like stay, keep regular schedules and stuff. But like, and then what you were saying in terms of like work, I mean that for me, I'm supposed to meet with our chair, like the cohort rep for my cohort, and like it's really hard to like keep this up in a department, in a field that's like actively trying to undermine all of my values. I feel like that's openly hostile to them. So, and like in terms of like knowing what you should be doing in your career, like academia in theory is supposed to be like an apprenticeship where they like directly teach you like this is how you do the thing, and I'm like feel like I've just been thrown into the water with the sharks, and like, and not even like, oh, let's see if she swims. They like left. They don't like, they're even like, not even monitoring whether I'm sinking or swimming. Just like, okay, we did that. Like, they're like, oh, they're like, just not even aware that I'm in the water. So.
Yeah, I feel similarly in the sense that I guess my answer would be no. I don't have any official, formal support network. But I never really have. My upbringing was like probably different than most people's. My family was kind of tumultuous. My eldest sibling is like 7.5 years older than me, so we overlapped, but then he was gone, living his own life as an adult. And so I spent a lot of time by myself and figuring things out. My parents were separated, my mother worked, so there wasn't always someone to ask questions. And so it meant there was a lot of learning by messing up. And that I used to resent that a lot now that I'm thinking about it. But as I've gotten older, I realized those mistakes are really informative. So I have like this huge database of like accidents, successes that I like know. And so it helps my intuition. Like, okay, this person seems like they're not going to be a good person because I've met like 60 people and like they've all done the same thing. And then it led to like a conclusion that wasn't optimal.
So now
like, let me be careful. Let me be careful. Like, let me welcome this person, but be aware that, like, I have this database of 60 prior events that, like, didn't go so hot. And so then I, like, hedge. So in a way, it's like a boon. And I like it because it makes me responsible for a lot of my own decisions. It makes me engage more. Like, I converted to Catholicism by myself. And a lot of my like spiritual growth and intellectual growth comes from like me struggling and basically like engaging in prayer or just like struggling and not praying.
Not any better.
Ill-advised. But yeah, so that's in a way it's. I almost feel like that life makes me feel like I'm more responsible for my decisions, that failure is okay because I've seen it like so many times. Like from like putting a Capri Sun in the microwave, a frozen Capri Sun in the microwave, so like a child, also don't do that for basic science reasons, to like, you know, trying to muddle my way through my doctorate. Like you know, like I've messed up a lot and like it's embarrassing sometimes, but when you get past it, it is what it is, and it's been helpful. So I don't have a network, and I never really have, and I wonder if that's the reason why I was able to like make a lot of really large pushes. And feel like, well, it bombs. Like if I go to the Catholic Church for RCIA and it's just bogus, like, oh well, like I went, you know, like then I'll go somewhere else and like try another faith, or like maybe I was wrong and I need to regroup. It's just, it's made me open to things not working 100% and like very, I don't know the word,
resilient.
but like hustlery.
It's
like,
very resilient.
Yeah, like, okay, like if this bombs, like cool, we'll go to like plan like F and then like all the way down to like double letters, like plan B, like it's cool, we're still doing it, we're still active, got plans still, so yeah, I don't know if that's bad, but in hindsight, it's like, wow, I sound super isolated. They're like, my love. And I have a partner, and we spend time together, and we understand each other, but I feel like our dialogues are us, like, muddling through. I'm never trying to tell him, like, this is what you should do. Usually our conversations are, yeah, I don't know. Sounds terrible. Don't really know. And we're just like, yep. And then that's kind of like the extent of what we can offer. So it's not like he doesn't support me. It's just that I'm so used to not thinking of, like, I need my community to do something for me. It's usually like, they can do something. If that's great, like, that's great if they do. Like, that's an answered prayer. That's, like, extra information I have. But if they don't, I have to figure it out. Yeah, that's okay, too. That's life. So, I don't know.
Great, thank you. Okay, the next question is shifting a little bit. What do you think is the biggest challenge in the world today? You know, a minor question.
We're only allowed to say one.
Let me get this paper.
Here,
Or I guess
toss out a stack of note card stuff.
Right.
one of the biggest challenges, and what does the world need most right now?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, I'm gonna get some water before I answer that.
May I have another beer as well, please? I can answer while people are thinking, and I don't want to ruin anyone's brainstorming. I see an issue with othering and putting. I think how do you deal with it is almost a humility or a disposition of empathy, but othering, which is funny. Why are you laughing?
That's what I wrote.
That's not me, that's someone else, or that's, I can't even,
Take the log out of your own eye.
I don't know what that phrase means, but kind
It's
of.
from the Bible.
What did you say?
Take the log out of your own eye. It's
Before getting this,
before you're getting the
back
take
out.
out someone else's, you take the
That's
log out.
kind of like walking a mile in someone else's shoes.
That one
is
too.
Another one. Whether it's a willingness or just the inability to do so, I think that becomes a challenge for recognizing that not everyone's experiences are yours, and not everyone has the same values that you have, and with the lack of, with the prevalence of othering, then there becomes this continuum, and rather than recognizing one's own life experiences for what they are.
Thank you. I think I mean, there's a lot of things. It's actually